Tim, what we want to talk about today is profitability, and specifically, where does profitability come from? Now, I know this is a question that many senior executives have asked to you, to I, and to all of our team around the globe. How do you answer that question, where profitability comes from?
That's an excellent question, and at first pass, that may seem overly simple. But the fact is, there is no such thing as the vice president of profitability. In fact, there's no marketing executive who's in charge of EBITDA. And in fact, these are the issues that organizations bring up. And what we find is that, to your question, Scott, profitability is in fact an effect. It's not a cause. And to actually examine where profitability comes from, you have to look at the very simple, tried and tested model: revenue minus cost equals profit. And it's fine to raise the profit flag, but we really have to look at revenue minus cost. And Scott, that's the starting point where we begin to frame the issues for organizations. Can you perhaps expand a little bit on how we work through to help organizations?
Sure. Just to be clear, particularly our publicly traded clients that list on stock exchanges have a major issue with the predictability of their earnings. And when those earnings are not at the level expected or predicted by the corporation, the market punishes them brutally. It's not unusual to see that 10% drop in value in one day. So measuring profitability enables you to have much more predictable earnings. And the reason is, if you know where your revenue is coming from and why your customers are buying from you and not someone else, and you know the key value activities that are in your costs, logically your earnings will be much more on target, because everyone in the organization knows the capabilities that need to be developed and the product areas that need to be emphasized in order for the company to be successful in its goals.
Okay. So in other words, or if I can summarize, if organizations really understand the drivers in the revenue box, and they understand what is in fact driving the cost, and by understanding those two fundamental points, they're able to make better decisions to then have better predictability around earnings.
Correct.